The night they handcuffed me, my father raised his glass like it was a trophy. And he smiled. "I'm the one who turned her in," he said, loud enough for the cameras to catch it. That was the moment I stopped being his daughter and became the truth he tried to bury. My name is Ava Callen, former naval intelligence officer, and this is the story of how my own bloodline became my battlefield. The ballroom smelled like money and polished lies. Lights spilled from the chandeliers like interrogation lamps. I'd been under missiles, in war zones, but never under chandeliers that bright. My hands were steady. My heart wasn't. They called my name, Commander Ava Callen. Applause rose like a polite storm. Then came the men in dark suits. They didn't walk. They cut through the crowd. One of them spoke into the mic, his voice clean, metallic. "Ava Callen, you're under arrest for treason." The room froze. The music died mid-note. And then I heard him. My father, Colonel Henry Callen, standing tall, holding his whiskey. "I reported her," he said. His voice carried like a sermon. The flashbulbs went off, and just like that, I became the villain of my own country. I didn't cry. I didn't plead. Because humiliation doesn't destroy you. It refines you like fire. People think betrayal starts big. It doesn't. It starts small, in the quiet corners of childhood. Our house by the coast smelled of salt and diesel. He used to teach me how to tie ropes on the dock. When I failed, he didn't show me, he barked. "You'll never make it if you can't tie a knot." He wasn't teaching me skill. He was testing how much shame I could take. Years later, I learned that his medals weren't for bravery. They were leftovers from a lie. He'd been stripped of his command for selling rescue gear for cash. But to the neighborhood, he called himself a whistleblower. That was the first time I understood. He'd rather be wrong with pride than right with humility. At my graduation from the academy, his chair was empty. My mother sent a photo of the seat with a note. "I'm proud of you. He'll never say it, but he is too." She was wrong. Years later, after my first deployment, a headline hit my inbox. "From a corrupt father to a decorated daughter." It exposed his past, in full. I didn't write it, but he thought I did. By nightfall he called, voice shaking with rage. "You think you can wash me off your uniform?" A week later, I found him at a bar by the harbor, telling a stranger how his daughter betrayed him. That stranger was Victor Crane, a lobbyist for a defense corporation called Aegis Forge. They needed someone to take me down, someone naive, bitter, and desperate to feel powerful again. That was my father. A few months later, the emails began. A mirrored version of my secure account. Fake messages. Fake approvals. And a real crime, all in my name. When I saw the evidence, my stomach turned cold. Someone had built a shadow of me and used it to commit treason. In the interrogation room, the air smelled like metal. They slid a folder toward me. Inside, his handwriting. A statement accusing me of hiding classified files. The signature, Henry Callen. I felt something inside me collapse, quietly, completely. That night, my mother called, her voice shaking. "He's on television, Ava. He says you've shamed the flag." On the screen, he sat beside that same journalist, Crane. Under the banner, "Citizen Patriot of the Year." He looked proud, almost peaceful. Applause filled the studio. Truth wasn't his goal. Validation was. By dawn, every news outlet was calling me a traitor. My apartment turned into a cage of camera flashes. The war I'd fought overseas had followed me home. But the thing about traps, they can snap both ways. An encrypted message appeared in my inbox. "They're watching the wrong terminal." Elias Grant, a systems analyst who once worked with me. He traced the data trail. Every forged message led back to Aegis Forge. Every payment led to my father. When I confronted him, he said it was for a documentary. Maybe he believed that. Maybe lies become easier when they come with applause. We planned one final operation, Project Evergreen. Same stage. Same gala. Same lights that once humiliated me. This time, I walked onto that stage not as a soldier, but as the evidence. As the cameras rolled, Elias and a team of federal investigators entered the hall. Uniforms black. Gloves white. They moved like truth itself. Commander Callen's clearance is fully restored, Elias announced, holding the warrant high. Any accusations are void. Evidence confirms Aegis Forge fabricated the data, with assistance from Henry Callen. The room fell silent. My father's glass slipped, shattering on the marble floor. I turned to him. You reported me for doing the job you taught me to love. He couldn't meet my eyes. Then the screens lit up, the recording of Victor Crane offering me silence in exchange for submission. Proof of the payoff. The audience didn't clap. They just breathed. When truth finally stands, applause feels too small. That night, he sat alone by the pier, his reflection trembling in the water. When I approached, he didn't look at me. They told me you were dirty, he whispered. They had proof. You wanted to believe it, I said. It made you feel noble again. He looked up, tears mixing with salt and shame. I just wanted to be right. Being right isn't the same as being good, Dad. My mother joined us quietly. You can still choose who you are tomorrow, she said. For the first time, he didn't argue. Weeks later, during the memorial parade, he stood at the podium, old uniform, hands trembling. I mistook attention for truth, he said. I hurt the person who carried my name further than I ever could. No one clapped. But the silence? It was the deepest kind of forgiveness. As the flags rippled in the wind, I whispered to myself. Reckoning isn't punishment. It's the first honest page.